Yep, it was Cleo. It was Cleo and Jevin. They're the ones who took our eggs and hid them throughout the museum last time. But don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get them back. We'll get them back. In the meantime, though, we have some donations, believe it or not. We have a single diamond in the donation chest. So thank you to whoever left that. I think that might have been Beef who left the donation. So thank you, Beef. Also, we have some visitors outside. We got this wandering trader here just chilling. Just hanging out here. Interesting to see. And we have a book from Zombie Cleo that she left for us. This is about her teleporting to a pirate utopia, meeting Pirate Joey. And yeah, you can see what happened there. So there you go. Thank you, Cleo, for this book. We've had some hermits come and turn in some other books recently, which is great. You can see B Puddle hopping around gingerly there. Let's go ahead and head on down to the museum. I got to show you what we've been doing down here. We got a lot of stuff done here. So in addition to Cleo's book that she wrote, which is already in the museum, we now have several other books. So you can see some books from viewers here, and then I've written probably 30 plus books here so far today. So you can see some of them here. I'll just show you a few of them. So let's just say we go with Azalea Wood. Azalea Wood, my dearest thee, you've been forgotten by poor decree, never to see the light of day, never to see wood planks lay. Azalea Wood, my sweet dear, never falter, never veer, from that vision of the day that you finally come about Minecraft's way. So there you go, just a little, like, lyrical poem type thing there. If I pick another one, let's just go with the museum crew. There once was a museum crew who saw the museum through some difficult times, who gave up their dimes to emerge the museum few. So there you go, just another little quick book there. And yeah, these are all custom written that refer to actual events or things that happened on the server. So that's really cool. We got a Captain Jack letter here, reporting from Season 6 that everything's going swimmingly at Concorp still. So that's awesome. There was a mole infestation at the golf course, apparently, and he may visit soon. And also, we got the Concorp cakes from him, so that's really cool. So that's that. And yeah, these are all located around the outside of the library here. So if we just take one here, here's the Dwarven Guide. If we go this one, Scarland Unleashed. Here's Scarland Unleashed. The secrets that the good time doesn't want you to know. That's right. There's some secrets in here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, very, very pleased with how this library is going. We also have a bunch of museum facts around here. I think there's like 18 or 20 museum facts. If we just look around here, that's the secrets of Grumbot. Decked out secrets. Here we go, museum fact number 10. Let's see what this is. The museum's official motto is, it belongs in the museum, because, number one, it does, and number two, it's better to be displayed in a museum than sit in a chest. Absolutely true. So every chiseled bookshelf is a different book, basically. Here's museum fact number 17, number 6, when in doubt, C4. Good words to live by. So, yeah, very, very proud of this whole library, and we have a few extra slots because a few hermits still have yet to turn in their books, but hopefully that will happen in the next few days. And also, we are actually right now, going to take all of these, and we're going to put these into the chests on the side. So these are where the original books go, in these chests. That way you don't have to look through all of the books. You can just copy the ones that are in these chests. So I think that's a pretty good thing. So yeah, we've written a lot of books. Oh yeah, I wrote a Miyamore book. This is the cheesiest one. Like I've just had so much fun with these. All right, here's the Miyamore book that I wrote for BOO, but actually written by me. Miyamore, I adore, I implore, you come forth, once amore, I adore, love you always, Miyamore. Oh man, that's too good. That's too good. I love it. Anyways, those are some samplings of the book. You have to read the rest when the world download comes out, or convince another hermit to come here and check out what some of these say and what some of these explain. So, yeah, that's really cool. Let's just get the final ones here. Bada boom, boom, bada boom, boom, boom. I think that's all of them. Yes. And then we'll also put these in as well. These are some from me and some from other hermits, as you can see here. There's one from Doc, from Ren, from Gem, Green, Zeta, False. And yeah, a few other ones are still to come from other hermits as well. So we'll just put these in here. Try to keep them sort of even. But this library project is really, really cool, I think. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are out here now once again at Total Chaos, and the next round of Total Chaos is pretty much ready to roll. We just got to get a few more armor pieces in here, and then we're basically set. The reason we're out here now, though, is that basically we want another artifact from Total Chaos. More specifically, we want either a piece of armor or maybe like a sword or something. Yeah, like this. A game-used Total Chaos sword, which we can display in the museum. And so basically we're going around collecting the final museum artifacts. You can see we got a dolphin head, a turtle head. We got the stream torch from the most recent Hermitcraft live stream here as well. So that's great. And yeah, we're basically going around collecting the final artifacts for the museum, which is mostly a bunch of extra mob heads. So let's go collect those now, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, time to place down all of our artifacts. So first of all, we got a villager head, we got a husk head, turtle head, dolphin head, then we got a zoglin head, got a guardian head, got a camel head, which looks kind of bizarre, we got a fox head, regular fox head, got a red parrot head, we got a golden rabbit head, we got an ocelot head, and an angry wolf head. Oh yeah, and a sniffer head. Boom, sniffer head there. And then we have a few other things. Let me get those out. Alright, so we got the weak panda head. We got the aggressive panda head. We got the lazy panda head, which I think... Yeah, that one's smiling, that one's frowning, so that's that one. We got the playful panda head. And then we got the cyan axolotl head right there. So lots and lots of heads being placed down here has helped out this wall pretty significantly. So I realized we had two heads here that are exactly the same. See if you can identify them real quickly here. So the two heads that are exactly the same, we have a golden rabbit head here, which I didn't realize we had. So we're actually going to replace this with a tadpole head. There we go. So there we go. And then we also have two angry wolf heads. That one and the one we just placed. So we're going to replace this one with a mule head right there, which looks kind of like a strange player face here on the front. But yeah, it's different than the horse head we have up here. And we also decided to rearrange stuff so that we have now an interactive display where you can right-click the note blocks beneath the mob heads, and this is a new feature in 120. It plays the mob sounds. So you got creeper, dragon, obviously, skeleton, wither skeleton, which we also have down on the display down here with the wither skull. And we also have the piglin over here. I've seen a lot of people saying, why don't you get the new piglin head? Well, it's because we already got it, of course. So that leaves only one more head to get, and that is the zombie head, which we need a charged creeper for. So, yeah, gotta go and get that head, and then we'll have our head collection complete. Another artifact we're placing down, the game-used Total Chaos sword, right there, next to the Total Chaos simulator and Total Chaos banner. We also found 2 VIP Scarland tickets in the trash bin outside of Scarland. So, we nabbed them up, and we can do trigger if invisible, and add those to our Scarland Treats Collection display. Nice. The final artifact we are placing down today, besides the zombie skull, which we still have to get, is the turtle egg from 00, which lured zombies every storm. This is from early 2022. If you guys remember, Doc M actually placed this at the origin of the world at 000, and then during every thunderstorm, all the zombies in the overworld, due to a glitch, would try to pathfind to 00 to try and stomp this egg. So yeah, very happy to have that in the museum, and that's right next to our Easter egg display. Finally, it was time to search for the zombie head, and to get a zombie head, of course, you need a charged creeper to explode and kill a zombie. So obviously we need a creeper first, so we headed out to the Savannah biome near Total Chaos, where I know there's a big cave where we could possibly get a creeper from. This is like playing King of the Hill, but on ultra hard difficulty. Alright, we got a creeper coming out here. These zombies should burn up, we hope, as we get underneath the open sky. Fantastic, yes. Okay, we don't want to get caught here though, still. So we're just going to draw the creeper over here. Zombies are burning. Fantastic. We got night vision so we can see pretty well. I got a name tag here that we can name this creeper once we get it into the hole. But we're in a non-weather biome. Savanna biomes as well as deserts are non-weather biomes. So we're going to draw it over to the beach over here. By the way, that's Total Chaos back there and our shulker farm over there. Okay, let's get over here. Creeper should follow this way. And in. Beautiful. Sweet. Alright, so we'll wait for it to stop jumping here. Make sure it's still in there. Alright, so we will, bam, name it just like that. Very good. Okay, so now we need some lightning rods. So let's get out our exploration box. We should have some copper in here. I'm just going to get 2 of these. And we got our crafting bench. Lightning rods. 1 there. 1 there. And those, when it starts to storm, should be hit pretty quickly. And just to check, this is beach. Yep, this is beach. Beaching it up. So now we wait for the charged creeper, and then we just simply get a zombie in here. Or actually next to it probably will be easier. Yeah, probably next to it will be easier, like in a hole over here, I think. So we'll do that, set this up on this side for the zombie, and then we'll just simply, you know, break the blocks in between, and then light the creeper. Alright everybody, so it's thunderstorming out just a moment ago. We got a charged creeper here. I broke the lightning rod so that more lightning doesn't hit the charged creeper and kill it accidentally. Alright, we got a zombie here. Let's see if we can get it to follow us. Yes, fantastic. Alright, so we just do this now. And then a little bit of that. That should, yes, get us our zombie head. Alright. Well then, let's fill this in a bit and head back to the museum. Alright, made it back to the museum, and there we go. Some authentic zombie sounds here. Now at the museum, in addition to all the other sounds we got. Now that our mob head collection is completed, and the zombie head is moved in, we can now move on to another thing in the museum that I've wanted to address for some time, and that is the monotonous nature of the walls of the museum. Like, they're just deep slate bricks, which is fine. It looks decent, but there's also cracked deep slate bricks, which we can perhaps add into these areas, like here, to add a bit of texture here and there to the museum walls. So we can add these on the inside and also like on the outside every once in a while. I think would be really, really nice, so that we can basically have, you know, some nice texturing on the outside. I've already started to do this down on the first floor area. We make our way outside here. You can see we've added a few stone bricks here and there, just so that, you know, the outside of it is broken up a little bit, and it looks like it's been here for a very, very long time. That's basically why we're doing this. So, like, for instance, up here we could add some deep slate bricks here, so that it sort of shows that maybe, you know, there's a lot of history here. After all, it is a museum of Hermitcraft history. So I think it makes sense that we'd have a few of these cracked bricks here, just to add a little bit of detailing, and it helps the wall a little bit as well. So I'm basically going to go around, make sure that we have everything we need on the outside here, add in a little bit of bricks here and there to add just that subtle little bit of texturing to the area. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As you can see, we have a nice welcome sign here now at the front of the museum. We've also added a bunch of greenery in the form of glowberries and some big drip leaf here with some flowers on top around this first floor area. Just adding a bit of greenery inside of here. We added some to the wings as well. You can see a few glowberries in the back there, over here, on the side here, adding a bit of lighting to this area as well, and to the all minerals sign. Did the same thing on the opposite wing. If we go upstairs, we got a little bit of stuff up here. We got some moss. We got some cherry blossom, you know, in a flower pot basically, and that's, you know, behind some bamboo trapdoors with some pottery as well. Got that on all the sides. Decided to go with this instead of the carpets because the carpets were a bit too much red for my liking. And these seem to like fit nicely into this aesthetic we have going on here. Up on the third floor, still more greenery, more glowberries, providing some lighting. We also added some leaf structures up here and some carpets to sort of better define the gravity-defying conduits above here. So it sort of highlights that as a rare artifact and rare display. So yeah, just adds a little bit of nice greenery around the museum. Also, let's get on down here. We'll bounce once, bounce twice, bounce 3 times, and let's just go ahead and sleep through the night since it looks like it is night outside. Sleep in the B-Dub simulator.
Gotta sleep.
Gotta sleep. Of course, of course. And outside here you can see, and actually on the inside here a bit as well, you can see we have some cracked deep slate bricks, which is all the way along the outside here in various spots. See, there's a crack here. There's some, we make our way up here to the back on top of the cherry blossom trees. Yeah, lots of cracks in the back and on the top and on the bottom. And it just gives it a nice little subtle texture on the back side and on the front side of our museum. So that's been great. Got some great stuff done there. I think we also added some benches in the back of the museum. Back here, similar in style to the ones in the front. Yeah, just some basic benches here. You can sit and admire the artifact garden here. But we have a new thing coming very, very soon, which I am super excited to show you. Let me get up here and show you what that's about. Next thing I want to do in the museum is actually add a voice to the museum. So, I've developed a system that I think should be pretty good and should be pretty cool. So, you know how sometimes in museums or in art galleries, you'll have something on the ground like this. It'll be like a spot on the ground that's like a yellow dot or a pair of like footprints, and it basically indicates that you should step on that area, and when you do, usually like a motion detector or something will then trigger like audio for that particular area. And so I want to do the exact same thing here in the museum with the voice of the museum. Now, the voice of the museum was planned to be Jevin. However, he betrayed us when he came and he took all of our eggs with Cleo and basically rehid them. So he's out as the voice of the museum. We are back in, and I've already started this voice of the museum project. Here's the first one here. This is the welcome to the museum disc. So if we turn this. Greetings and welcome to the Hermitcraft Museum of History and Culture. There we go. Here you will find hundreds of artifacts, mobs, and displays representing the best that Minecraft and Hermitcraft has to offer. There are 3 floors in the museum, each with multiple wings and multiple things. We encourage you to visit them all. And don't forget, exit through the gift shop on the ground floor where you can own a piece of history. There you have it. There you have it. So that is the first voice of the museum indicator there. So you just right-click it, and it turns in the item frame, and it starts to play the music disc. And then we'll have other ones in different spots. Like I want to have one over here with the records, one over here for the Empires saga. We'll have one over here for TCG, and a couple other ones throughout the museum. I actually have a lot of records. If I make my way down to the gift shop area, down here we have quite a few records we've already created for this, which you can see somewhere. Maybe in here? No. Maybe it's in here. No. Somewhere. Here, this one. Okay, yeah, this one here. This one has them. Yeah. So we have Armor Trim, Empires, Ren the King, Hostile Mob, Wing, Gift Shop. Just to give you an example, let's just play like the Ren the King one for a brief moment. He was the best of leaders. He was the worst of leaders. Ren the King rose to power on Hermitcraft in mid-2022. At first, things were wonderful. The economy thrived. Quests and tasks were getting done, and the Knights of the Square Table kept peace throughout the world. It seemed as if the king would at last bring peace to the Hermitlands. Alas, a party in the king's most private of areas changed everything. The king became obsessed with controlling the hermits and using their diamonds to display his power. Eventually, the hermits rebelled, overthrowing the king and the Knights of the Square Table in a grand showdown at the King's Labyrinth. The only remnant of Ren the King now is the Castle, a replica of which you see around you here. And so obviously we put that like up in the castle, and each one of these discs is meant to be like a 25 to 30 second like brief summary of what the display is about. So that's going to be really fun to make, and obviously this will go in the castle area, the King's Wing up there. We'll put this one away here temporarily as we go up there. But yeah, basically, it's super easy to set these up. So obviously we have to make the custom record disc, and then it's just basically a calibrated skulk sensor. We got the book here set to 11. And so, yeah, the calibration is on this side, obviously. Then the output we take from here, and it goes into a music disc here, which then cycles around into the hopper, into the other dropper like this. So pretty nifty. So that is that. So now we just have to basically go throughout the museum and make a bunch of these voice of the museum things happen in every spot. Make sure, they're not activated by other things. Like, for instance, we don't want this one to activate when you accidentally, twirl one of these. So, yeah. This will be really cool, and I'll be back once we're done. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to say we now have over 12 Voice of the Museum areas now that can play different things here and there. I'll just show you a few of them. So this is the Total Chaos one. Opened in August 2022 and dubbed the most chaotic game ever made in survival Minecraft, Total Chaos is both an exciting PvP game and a visual experience unlike any other. Some have called it a, quote, incredible PvP game. It's you versus everyone, and also the apocalypse, end quote. Check out a small sample of the experience with our Total Chaos simulator. Simply stand on the snow and press the wooden button. The museum staff recommends to take off your armor and set your spawn nearby first. Thank you. And there you go. So, not only do we have some of these that tell a little bit about what it is, so we got the Total Chaos stuff here, we got a Total Chaos thing and a Total Chaos sword. And the banner, we also reference the simulator we have here, which is kind of cool. And the same thing with, some of the other ones around here. If we go up, each wing, by the way, has at least one Voice of the Museum thing, which is kind of cool because, we don't have, any space in here. So, for instance, this one in here, the signal actually goes through the second floor down to the first floor. So, if we do this. Here in the Hostile Mob Wing, we have all manner of unique and historic mobs. From a ghast that was flying around the overworld for over a year, to a charged creeper that was fired from a TNT cannon. All manner of unique hostile mobs exist here. Try your luck at our Husk Parkour. You can win a custom t-shirt if you make it to the end. And be sure to chat with our resident mob expert at the wing entrance. Our Brute translator supports both Piglin and English translations. So there you go. We have more references to things. The Piglin to Brute translator, the Brute to English translator. The Brute said, yeah, we got some good mobs in the museum, but have you heard about the mythical golden sheep? There you go. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then we also referenced the parkour over here. So that hopefully people will try this and get the free t-shirt. Because those are expensive shirts. Those shirts cost me, I think like, I want to say like 7 or 8 diamonds a piece. And they're not diamond, by the way. They're a custom leather trim design. So yeah, pretty cool. So that's that. We got one on the other side as well. I think it is like halfway through the pottery thing. Yeah, over here. Just tells a little bit about the pottery sherds. If we get up to the top, we got one up top. A couple up top, which we put in the wall behind this thing. So here's the voice of the museum, but it won't reach the bottom, so we had to actually go behind here, which is pretty fortunate that we had this area back here to make this. So here's the redstone for this, and it goes sideways instead of up and down, which is kind of cool. So that's that, and then probably the hardest one to fit in was the one across the way. If I just make my way over here, we have one here in the entrance to the neutral and peaceful mob wing. So if we turn this... Welcome to the 3rd floor mob wing. Here you'll find some exceptional creatures. An ultra-rare blue axolotl that you can feed tropical fish, brown pandas and mushrooms, hermit frogs, historic camels, sniffers, and parrots who once partied with the king are just a few of the incredible mobs found here. And so the cool thing about this one is that this... record disc, we didn't have any space like we had on the other side behind the armor. So instead of putting it in here, it's actually in the staircase here. That was just barely able, we were barely able to fit this in, but here it is right here. So it goes back there and the actual disc is like on the behind this. So this was a tough one to fit in, but we got it all done. So anyways, those are a few of the voices of the museum that you can play as you walk throughout the area. There's, you know, more, of course, like this one. Added to Minecraft in June 2023, but armor trims allow players to decorate their armor using 16 unique designs. Minerals of all types, from amethyst to netherite, can be used for armor trim. In total, there are 5 septillion possible armor combinations. That's a 5 with 24 zeros behind it. I'd tell you to try them all, but that's more armor combinations than seconds that the universe has been in existence. So, good luck, I guess. So there you go. So those are just some of the samples. Obviously, there's more throughout the museum in some spots, in particular on the 1st floor, because that was the easiest to do. But yeah, that is the voice of the museum, and I don't know, pretty happy with it. And we got a good selection of music discs and things. So yeah, very happy with this. One final thing I want to show off today, guys, is the gift shop. So if we make our way down here, we now have added a few things to the gift shop. Number 1, we have the voice of the museum at the gift shop. Heyo, welcome to the gift shop. There are gifts, and it is a shop. It's not that complicated. Buy some things, or don't. Check out our library for some books written by Cub supporters, and hermits. You might find some intriguing facts or secrets there. Who knows? So there we go. That's the voice of the museum. And we got some new items here. So we got the Unbreak a Brush, which is actually referenced in the voice of the museum in the pottery area. It tells you to come down here and buy an Unbreak a Brush, the ultimate in artifact excavation. And that's 5 diamonds per brush for a Mending and Unbreaking 3 brush, in case somebody wants to go out and look for shards themselves. We got the Adventure Saddles here, of course, 1 diamond per saddle. We got a Museum Stone. Which, yeah, you can always find your way home with the museum stone. So that's awesome. Those are 3 diamonds for the museum stone and the compass, which comes with it. So that's great. And we got some more suspicious sand, so that's all filled in now. More gravel, that's good. And we have now a wider variety of shards. So you can come here, people can come here and get some shards if they wish. And the same thing on this side. This one also has some more shards over here. So absolutely fantastic. Things are looking really good at the museum. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Anyways, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed. And if you really loved it, make sure to subscribe so you get notified when I upload next. Until next time, farewell.